All right, a few bits of news which is not mentioned in the papers and in the media, but I thought it's okay to share it with you guys. And remember, this is not stuff that I read from the papers, it is me interacting with the HR people, decision makers. I'm in touch with them because, this is my line of work. You can tell me if you agree, disagree, whatever. There are two sectors that I want to predominantly speak on. One is the construction, the other one is the IT. Okay. First, let's start off with the bad news, then we'll go on to the good news. The bad news is for the IT sector, we have seen, no? Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of them are letting go of staff. So I was under the impression it's only happening in the West, and However, when I spoke to my contact who's in India, who's involved in placements for all these types of companies, even TikTok and all that, what he said is companies, that used to spend money on their ads, they've cut down. They've obviously cut down. People are trying to tighten their belts. Uh, so when you have money coming in less, you have to cut down your costs. And in the IT sector, there was very aggressive hiring, very big salaries being offered. So now it's like you have a dearth of people. You have so many people. You need to choose. You can't manage 10, keep 5. And on top of that, he also told me this, the abuse of the AI and, this chat GPT, AI, all these softwares, people are making their perfect resume with perfect adjectives and perfect paragraphs and marketing themselves as, the next eighth wonder of the world. They were so amazing, so perfect. Even the interview skills, they were impressing people like crazy with, sir, my obsession is work. I want to achieve number one. I will never settle for second best. I will give you the best. All these big talk and everything else, fine, you got the job, you're the right candidate. But then you have set yourself up to such a high standard. See, getting the job is a struggle in itself, great achievement. But then you have kept your standard so high, and the employer is going to look at you and say, this guy is going to achieve so much. But then first month you achieve this much. You're supposed to achieve here, but first month here, second month here, third month here, then you'll begin to wonder, there's such a big gap. When will he come to here? Fourth month here, fifth month here, and then you start stagnating. Then you'll realize this gap that there is, this is bullshit. Means the guy marketed himself on the resume as God's gift to mankind, the eighth wonder of the world. He can do all these things, but he's not able to deliver. And that is where, the package that was promised to you was based on the promises that you offered them. And when you can't deliver them, then they'll be like, I'm sorry, but we're not happy with your performance. And that's where they let go of the staff. Now, you might think that, but at least I got the job in 2 years. Ha ha ha. Well, ha ha ha. If the company cross checks and verifies, then you are jacked. Because when they call up the HR of the company, or when they call up the manager and say, tell me about this guy, is he as good as he claims to be? And they say, nah, he's a little bit of bullshit. He claims to achieve 100, but he does around 50. It sticks with you for the rest of your life. Now, your only good luck is if the HR company, if the guys of the HR, they selected you believing you're bullshit and they moved on, which is also happening a lot in India, which I told you in my previous video. They take all these guys, they achieve their target, like especially Emirates Airlines, they have so many people, so many vacancies to fill. So they have a target on their back. The HR director might tell the HR managers, I need 2,000 people in these vacancies. I don't care what you do. You have 1 month, fill them up. Or if you can't do your job, get replaced, we'll call somebody else. So, day and night you'll work to replace and get the right people, the best of what you can. However, here is the problem. You filled up all these seats, filled up all these vacancies, but did you actually choose the right candidate? And it becomes very hard, even if you do due diligence, because these people are bullshitting in their CVs, they are copy pasting, they're using AI, they're using chat GPT. It's like they're making such a perfect, like there are tutorials on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on social media that tell you how to cheat the system. Copy the description, then put your CV, merge both of them, and rewrite it in a way the employer will be impressed. My dear, you can bullshit. You're bullshitting with the owner. You're portraying yourself as too perfect. They gave a job description. You're playing around with these words to make yourself like, I'm perfect, I fit in. But you're not. And then when the employer realizes, bloody hell, I fell for this guy's bullshit, he's not going to keep you. He's going to fire your ass. And then when you're unemployed, oh, what did I do? You're going to bullshit with somebody else. It works. It works maybe once, twice, but not forever. Because remember, even the HR, even the decision makers, even the businessmen, they are getting smart. If you think you're smart, they are much more smarter than you. Because remember, he's running a business. He is managing 20 people like you. So you're definitely not smarter than him because you're not earning more than him. You're not managing more than him. You're not taking his level of responsibility, risks, and, pressure. So you're not smarter than him. Because if you were, you'd be earning more than him. You'd be employing him, not the other way around. So all the people who used AI, ChatGPT, or maybe mentoring or something just to bullshit and get the job, if you don't deliver, you're out. So your only solution is to work like a dog and master the job, master the skill, so that you don't get your ass fired. And obviously, politics and kissing ass and being nicey, wagging your tail like a doggy for everyone, then you can keep your job. Or you should be just lucky that nobody finds out. Okay, now this is not me trying to be bad, but I'm telling you facts. Let's say someone got a job by bullshitting, but then he learns the job or she learns the job and she's in very good books with the boss. Your job is secure until your boss is around. Once your boss leaves, then you'll have a little bit of a problem. Okay. So anyway, IT, unless advertisers pay more money, they don't see any reason to continue keeping the people with overpriced salaries or the number of people they have taken. They have to focus on keeping their shareholders happy, which they have to show a profit margin, so they will get rid of excess employees. Now, like I said, I thought it was only US and America and the West, but it trickles down to all the other service providers which are in other countries. And when jobs are less, they're not going to offer you jobs. You will be replaced. And this is also affecting freelancers, guys in accounts, guys who write websites or write articles and all that. I've told you this before. Unless you are a brand by yourself, you have a signature method of doing it, people can recognize the quality of your work. Like, for example, there are even YouTube, you'll see videos. Oh, you can use this avatar to human generated voice and all that. Yeah, but it cannot replace me. For example, my style of talking, my mannerisms. You can maybe get someone who will duplicate my voice, but not the person that I am. Yeah, because, we are unique as we are. So anyway, that is one. The other thing is construction, which is predominantly in the Middle East. The more projects they announce, the more service providers come in, the more factories, the more manufacturing, the more people get jobs. So that is a good thing. However, the problem is you announce the projects like Saudi announced, we are going to have 100 kilometers or 500 kilometers or whatever. From 1,000 kilometers, you make it down to 1 kilometer. Yeah, that's a joke. And it's embarrassing. I mean, you said it's going to be 1,000 kilometers long or whatever it was. And now it's going to be only 1 kilometer long. So one is your forecast, what you predicted versus what you need is different. Second one is when you have so less requirements, you'll have lesser people. Before, maybe you would pay very big salaries. Now you'll cut down on the salaries. Before, you would have many investors who believed in your vision. Now they're like, nah, this is once again bullshit. And here's the funny thing. Can you deliver what you promised? You promised so much. Now you're saying so much. Can you deliver even this much, or will it be this much? Only this much. And in the end, Saudi is known for only announcing projects and building the foundation. In the end, nothing happens. See the 1 mile high tower. So what I look at it as is, in the end, even 1 kilometer, I think it's going to be reduced to just a couple of buildings, and then they'll abandon it. Take my word, my prediction. I told you this before. They're going to abandon it, because who would want to stay in a remote area of a desert where there is nothing, no civilization around? If you have to go to a hospital, or you need water or some emergency, it's like having the Dubai, the world islands. Who's staying there? Tell me. It has been 20 years nearly. Who's staying on those islands? If you have to go to a hospital, you have an emergency. Let's say there's a weather unpredictability, and drainage is seeping in. Which plumber is going to come? Which electrician is going to come? You'll have to take a boat and go to the mainland, get him through helicopter service? Come on, man. So these are the things you need to keep in mind. And with regards to the projects, there are a lot of projects being announced. I spoke to one of my old-time clients. He said projects are being announced officially, unofficially. Asked him, how busy are you with work? He's saying, that is, we are just small-time projects. We are not involved with the big ones. I still have to speak to somebody who's involved with the big projects. I just feel it is owners, like all these big builders, they keep announcing the projects, so they get investors and people who buy those not constructed units, which are still up in the air concept. They buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, because they want to keep flipping and making money. In the end, do they deliver is a big question. And then if they deliver, does it stay as per the quality? Like, you remember what happened with the floods? They'll claim world-class quality, but is it world-class? Then if the wall collapses, the painting collapses, the electricity, this thing, or there's breakage, or there is a disaster, will the builder compensate for you? Especially when there's widespread losses. Or will they say, no, this is your house, you purchased it, now you manage? Think about it. So yeah, there are jobs. Not saying no. Why? Because I keep getting people asking me for jobs, and one is they're looking out for jobs, and another one is vacancies, but they're finding it very hard to get the right candidates. There are people in the market looking for jobs, but the right candidate is always very hard. So if you are having a job, I would keep suggesting, keep applying, keep looking out for more jobs. Don't be in your comfort zone, because the more money you earn, the better it is. Make hay when the sun shines. But on the other hand, if you have a company that pays you a dream salary that you know you'll never get anywhere, stick around. Don't leave. That is until one day your number is up. Cross the bridge when it comes to that. Anyway, for me, whenever anybody asks me, oh, can you refer? If I have in my database, I share it with them. I don't take money for doing that. People send me their CVs, please, can you forward? Okay, fine, if someone asks. But I'll tell you this much. If you are obsessed about getting better job, better income, you are prepared with your resume, you're prepared with your interview responses, you are prepared with marketing and selling yourself, you will get a job. You will. Guaranteed, you will get a job. You'll get the job of your dreams, whatever. But then your performance, that I can't guarantee, that you have to guarantee. Just be careful that you don't position yourself up here and then you are only able to deliver down here. Because the owner will be like, excuse me, sorry, you see this, you told me you're here, you're giving me here. I'm not paying you this extra salary for this performance. I'm paying you extra salary for this performance. You can't deliver this, bye-bye. Or take a cut. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys get what you're looking out for. Keep looking out for opportunities. There are plenty of jobs, but only for the right candidate. If you're normal, if you're average, if you're vanilla, then it becomes a matter of luck. And please be careful if you're bullshitting in your CV and you're using all these scammy techniques. Copy the description, reword it, and paste it. You will lose your job because the owner will realize, man, this guy's fucking conned me. Now I'll put him in his place. So short term, yes, you benefited. Long term, you're out of a job. And then that will follow you for the rest of your life. Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. I always like to read your comments. Let me know what's happening. You guys take care.